A desperate father was about to jump into the river. He accidentally saw an ad. It said, "Don't kill yourself. We can help you get revenge." He called the number with doubt. Soon a taxi stopped in front of him. The driver was Dodge, a member of a revenge team. They use violence to fight for justice for the weak. But they had to confirm the story was true. So Dodge turned on the recorder and asked the man to tell his story. 10 years ago he lost his wife. He lived alone with his son since then. He thought selling fried chicken would be enough. But as his son grew up, the rising tuition became unbearable. Until the landlord came again to demand rent. Only then did the son realize his father's hardship. To lessen the burden, he lied about being chosen as an exchange student with free tuition and allowance. That would ease his father's pressure. Though the father was reluctant, he respected his son's choice. The son left home with a smile, not knowing it was the start of a nightmare. At first the father noticed nothing, until the landlord said rent was already paid. Then he knew something was wrong. He tried to reach his son, but couldn't contact him at all. So he found his son's classmate, and learned there was no exchange program. His son had dropped out, and used the refunded tuition to pay rent. Back home he searched the drawers, and finally found his son's work contract. It mentioned a company in Vietnam. He flew there at once, but he didn't know his son had been tricked by human traffickers. They lured him to develop gambling software to make illegal profit. Since he learned slowly, he was often beaten by gang members. Then the father got a call from his son. He only said sorry, and the call ended. The father realized his son was in danger. He returned to report to the police, but they refused to file a case since his son was over 18. They said it was only a runaway case. After his persistent request, the police contacted the Vietnam embassy, but the reply shocked him. They claimed the son ran away due to domestic violence. All of it was faked by the traffickers. They had already called the embassy with lies. With no help from police, the father returned to Vietnam alone and spread missing person flyers everywhere. He spent all his savings and had to go back home. As he entered he found a letter from his son. He thought his son had escaped, but when he opened it he broke down in tears. It said, "Sorry dad, I owe you this life. I'll repay you in the next." It was clearly a suicide note, but this note proved the son was in danger. Dodge found a secret in the note, a line in Morse code. It said, "Please help me." Once confirmed, they told the father to go to a photo booth. After hacking the system, 2 buttons appeared. Green meant accept revenge task and pay after success. Red meant reject. The father pressed green without hesitation.